Today, invertebrates are the most abundant animals. They live in nearly every ecosystem, participate in nearly every food web, and vastly outnumber so-called higher animals, such as reptiles and mammals. This cladogram shows current hypotheses about the sequential nature and evolutionary relationships of major living invertebrate groups. This branching hierarchical classification system, based on similarities and differences shared among groups, also indicates the sequence in which some important features evolved. These features include body symmetry, cephalization, segmentation, and formation of a coelom. Many of these features evolved in Cambrian animals. What traits does the cladogram show that arthropods have, but cnidarians do not have? The answer is that arthropods have 3 germ layers, bilateral symmetry, and mouths that were first developed for that phylum. Which invertebrate group has the closest evolutionary relationship to chordates? Well, by looking at the cladogram, we can see that echinoderms, which includes sea stars, have the closest relationship to chordates. What can you conclude from the cladogram about the evolutionary relationships between roundworms, flatworms, and arthropods? You can see that roundworms are more closely related to arthropods than they are to flatworms. The roundworms and arthropods must have a more recent common ancestor than roundworms and flatworms. Consider the 2 unlabeled nodes in the cladogram. What characteristic arose in these 2 different lineages? Look at the body plan of the cnidarians and the echinoderms. We see a similarity. This tells us that the characteristic that arose in these 2 different lineages separately from each other is radial symmetry. Sometimes people think of evolution as some kind of progress. If things evolve, they are becoming more sophisticated. In fact, we even hear the term more evolved. Evolution is just change. As animals evolve, they don't necessarily get better. Animals evolve as they adapt to their environments. A sponge, which is so simple an animal that it does not have many of the traits included in the cladogram, is suited so well to its environment that it has not evolved significant new traits for millions of years.